My manager explained a new task, quickly, using words I had never heard before. I nodded, said, "Got it, no problem," and then sat with absolutely no idea what to do.
The nodding strategy strikes again, this time in the workplace, where mistakes actually cost real consequences.
That is so true. Today, we fix that completely. The exact phrases to ask for help at work.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Emma.
And I'm Daniel. Let's get straight into it.
Today's topic is asking for help at work, something that feels especially risky in a second language, since your job performance is involved.
Exactly. Let's fix that immediately with phrases that sound professional, not incompetent. The first essential phrase is, "Could you clarify that, please?" Simple, professional, and completely normal in any workplace.
This sounds far more confident than staying silent and hoping to figure it out later.
The next essential phrase is, "Just to make sure I understand, are you saying," followed by repeating it in your own words.
This technique proves you're actively engaged, not just confused, and gives them a chance to correct any misunderstanding immediately.
Now, the phrase that would have saved my entire confused afternoon, "Could you walk me through this step by step, please?" Extremely professional phrase, commonly used even by native English speakers when learning something new. Another essential phrase, "I want to make sure I get this right. Could you show me an example?" Asking for an example is completely normal and expected. And one more essential phrase for later. If you realize you're still confused after starting the task, "I've started this, but I have a question about specific part." 5 essential tools already. Asking for clarification, confirming understanding, requesting step-by-step guidance, asking for examples, and following up later if needed. Already enough to ask for help confidently, without ever needing to fake understanding again.
Emma, why do you think people, especially English learners, are so afraid to ask for help at work?
I think there's a fear of looking incompetent, especially early in a new job when you're still trying to prove yourself.
That fear makes complete sense, but it often backfires badly, exactly like your nodding experience.
Right, pretending to understand almost always creates a bigger problem later than simply asking a clarifying question up front would have.
What is a good way to ask for help without seeming like you weren't paying attention at all?
A useful technique is acknowledging what you did understand first, then asking about the specific unclear part.
For example, "I understand the first part about the report format, but could you clarify what you meant about the deadline?"
This shows you were listening carefully and isolates exactly what needs more explanation.
What if the person explaining seems busy or in a hurry? Is there a way to ask without seeming like a burden?
Useful phrase, "I know you're busy, but could I ask a quick question?" Acknowledging their time shows respect and consideration.
Most colleagues genuinely appreciate that awareness and are usually still happy to help briefly. What if you need help, but the person who explained it originally isn't available right now? You can ask a colleague, "Do you know how task works? I want to double check something." This is a natural, casual way to seek help from anyone nearby. What about email communication specifically, since written requests can feel different from speaking directly? Useful phrase, "Sorry to bother you, but could you clarify point 3 in your email, please?" Specific and polite, easy for them to respond to quickly. Being specific about exactly which part confuses you saves everyone time in written communication especially.
What if you're worried about asking the same question multiple times, feeling like it makes you look forgetful?
It's completely fine to say, "I think you explained this before, but could you remind me, please? I want to make sure I do it correctly this time."
Framing it around accuracy and care rather than forgetfulness changes the entire impression completely.
Let's cover a useful grammar point here. We often use could instead of can in these situations, since it sounds more polite and less demanding.
For example, "Could you help me with this?" sounds naturally softer than "Can you help me with this?" even though both are grammatically correct.
Small wording choice, consistent with everything we've discussed in previous episodes about politeness in service and workplace English.
What if you need help, but you're worried it makes you look less capable for a promotion or review?
Actually, most managers view thoughtful questions as a sign of diligence, not weakness.
Silence followed by mistakes damages your reputation far more.
That's such an important reframe. Asking well is actually a visible strength, not a hidden flaw.
Exactly. What about asking for help with something more personal, like workload or stress, rather than a specific task?
Useful phrase. I'm finding it difficult to manage everything right now. Could we talk about priorities? Professional, honest, and solution-focused.
That phrase opens a conversation rather than sounding like a complaint, which matters a lot in a workplace setting.
What if a colleague, not your manager, is the one who needs to explain something to you?
Slightly more casual language works fine here. Hey, quick question. Could you show me how this works?
Friendly, but still clear and direct. Tone naturally shifts a little between manager and colleague, but the core principle of asking clearly stays exactly the same. Let's teach our listeners the essential workplace vocabulary from today.
Clarify means to make something clearer or easier to understand.
Confirm means to check and make sure something is correct.
Double check means to verify something a second time for extra certainty.
Step by step means explaining something in a clear, ordered sequence.
Follow up means to check back on something later, after initial contact or explanation.
For example, I'll follow up with you tomorrow about this.
And the phrase on the same page means both people understand the situation the same way.
For example, just to make sure we're on the same page, the deadline is Friday, correct?
Clarify, confirm, double check, step by step, follow up, and on the same page. 6 essential terms for any workplace communication. Daniel, tell us the full story about the confusing task instructions.
So this was during my second week at a new job. My manager explained a new reporting process, speaking quite quickly, using several terms specific to that company.
Very early days, high pressure to seem capable.
Extremely high pressure. I nodded throughout the entire explanation, said, "Got it, no problem," and returned to my desk feeling reasonably confident.
Did that confidence last very long?
About 10 minutes, until I actually opened the document and realized I understood almost none of the specific steps required.
What did you do at that point?
I panicked slightly and spent nearly an hour trying to guess my way through it, rather than simply walking back and asking a clarifying question.
How did that guessing attempt turn out?
Not well. I completed it completely incorrectly, and my manager had to redo a significant portion of it the next day.
How did that conversation go once the mistake was discovered?
Honestly, it was more uncomfortable than simply asking would have been. She said, kindly but directly, "Next time, please just ask if something isn't clear."
A very reasonable, understanding response.
Extremely reasonable, which made me feel slightly worse about not asking in the first place, knowing she would have happily helped.
What changed for you after that experience?
I started using exactly the phrases we taught today, especially, "Could you walk me through this step by step, please?" every single time I feel even slightly unsure now.
Has that habit made a real difference since then?
A massive difference. I've made noticeably fewer mistakes, and honestly, colleagues seem to respect the habit of asking clearly rather than seeing it as a weakness.
What's the core lesson for our listeners?
A confused hour of guessing is always worse than a confident 2 minutes of asking, every single time, without exception.
Did your manager notice the change in how you communicated afterward?
Actually, yes. A few months later, during my performance review, she specifically mentioned that my communication had improved noticeably.
That's such a meaningful outcome from one uncomfortable mistake.
Genuinely meaningful. What felt like a failure at the time actually became one of the most valuable lessons of that entire job.
It really shows how a single, honest conversation, even an awkward one, can completely reshape your habits going forward.
Completely reshape them.
Now, asking questions feels natural to me, rather than something to fear or avoid.
Everyone, have you ever pretended to understand something at work and regretted it later? Tell us in the comments.
And which phrase from today will you use first? Could you clarify that, please? Or could you walk me through this step by step?
We read every single comment, and honestly, these workplace mix-up stories genuinely help other learners feel less alone.
If this episode helped you, please like it and subscribe for a new episode every week.
In our next episode, we are talking about common idioms you hear every day in English, phrases that sound strange when translated literally, but are used constantly by native speakers.
Subscribe now so you do not miss episode 31.
Take care, everyone, and always ask instead of guessing.
Bye, everyone!